Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in. If you are new, my name is Dream and today we're going to be decorating the inside of our home for spring. And I thought that we would start with a sweet little spring tablescape. Last video we tackled the outside of our home and I did our front porch, but today we're bringing it indoors and sprinkling spring throughout the home. So first we're going to start with the tablescape. I have gathered just a bunch of things that I think I want to use. You never know until you start putting things together to see how it's going to turn out. So I have this table runner from Walmart. I love to grab a table runner that I see as I call it my evergreen table runner. That is like those evergreen trees that say green forever. This is a table runner that by just changing out the place settings or dishes, anything like that, I can change it up for each season. So it's just this buffalo plaid one. I want to say it was under $20, so really affordable, but I use this throughout my season. So I'm going to use that today. I also have this vintage board, and I like to ground and center my centerpiece on it. This is also great when you have dinners. You can just take the centerpiece off in one fell swoop. So I'm going to use this. I pulled this egg plate that I picked up. I think I picked this up last year or the year before from actually my local grocery store. It's the Holiday Homes brand and it's from Kroger. So I picked this up. I think I'll use it on the tablescape. I have 4 of these napkins that I grabbed from Hobby Lobby. And then these really pretty spring floral plates. You could even probably leave it out through the summertime, but I grabbed these from Hobby Lobby as well. They are in the back where all the dishes are, but they are not, they're melamine. So grab those. And then I have a few of these picks. These are really cute little, I don't know, they're fun, they're whimsical. I feel like my spring decor is fun, whimsical. I probably use more color than I ever use for any of the other seasons, but grabbed a few of these. And then I have these little candle holders from Hobby Lobby. These are also kind of an evergreen. You can just change out the candle, make that seasonal, but the candle holder is pretty neutral that you can use it for all the seasons. And I have 2 of these. And then as far as florals, I made up, the vase is from Hobby Lobby, and I made up this little floral centerpiece. The flowers are from Michael's, and I love them just the way they're wispy and everything. They just look very lifelike. And I just threw that in with some greenery. Oh my goodness, greenery. So I have a couple stems of the greenery, I think 2, and then some of these beautiful flowers just to spruce it up for this time of year. But okay, I'm gonna turn you around and let's get the table wiped off with some wood cleaner and let's get started. Okay guys, I am using the Method Daily Wood Cleaner. I love this stuff. I love it. For me, it has like a little bit of an almond undertone and I think it just smells so good. But I'm gonna use that first and get the table all wiped down. But we're gonna kind of do a chit-chatty place setting. I feel like a lot of times people are intimidated by doing place settings or setting a table. Sometimes I do something really simple when I set my table for the season and I don't do, a place setting at each area, but sometimes, and I just do something in the center, but sometimes I like to, kick it up a little notch and add a little bit extra. But they are not that difficult and you shouldn't be intimidated by it. So we're gonna get started with ours. First up, you need something to ground everything, and I like to use a runner. I know a lot of times people are using tablecloths, and those are really fun. I probably would use a tablecloth and throw maybe one of those shorter runners on top. But I like a runner it still has, you have your, like, your beautiful, whatever material your table is made out of, if you want to show that off. So we have an oak table, so our beautiful wood is still visible, but we still have something that grounds everything. And then on top of that, we're gonna first, let's work on the centerpiece. So you can do a longer centerpiece. A lot of times I like to do something smaller just because if you're eating at your table and using your table every day, it's easier to remove. But we have the wood tray, so another natural material, and then I'm gonna add a centerpiece. I love buying my vases separate from, a lot of times we will have, the vases that already have the pre-made florals. I like buying vases separate just so my vase can kind of be an evergreen, as I say, and I can just change out the florals to go with each season. So that will ground it right there. Since we're doing a spring Easter tablescape, I have this little bunny. This is from Michael's. I had to read the price tag on the back. So I've had it from quite some time, but I'm just gonna add that in the front of here. Let's move that chair so you guys can see better. And then I always love a lighting element to my table, whether it's real candles or faux candles, but we're gonna add in these faux candles. Everything is from Hobby Lobby. Like I said, these are kind of evergreens, so you can just change out the color that you're using of the candles. Like in fall time, I had kind of a burnt orange, brownish colored candle. I think I have green ones as well, so you can change out those. But there we go, I did it. But these candle holders are good for real candles as well because they do have, I like it when they have this little part to catch dripping wax. So love those. We're gonna leave those here. And then for place setting, sometimes I do, our table is six, sometimes I do all 6, sometimes I just do the in ones, but this time I think I am going to do the 4 that are in the middle, so then the in table, the end caps we can still use every day, and there's only 3 of us in our house. We can move this easily, but I have these little woven table mats from Hobby Lobby. They came in a pack of 4. I think they're typically in their fall. They've had them for several years. Then on top of that, I'm gonna put our little fun plate. I'll put it up here so you guys can see. And then the napkins. So I guess our whole place setting was brought to you by Hobby Lobby. And then these fun little picks I'll add just as kind of a little napkin holder. So kind of like that. And I follow the same formula when I do table settings. You can add silverware too, but we're not gonna add that right now, that you would put on the sides, but I always have a charger, some form of charger, a plate. Sometimes I will do a little plate as well if I'm getting fancy, a napkin, and then something to showcase that napkin, that season. So we have florals for spring. Okay guys, so this is our finished tablescape. I just wind up putting the egg thing board there and putting some faux eggs, and I think it's fun and it gives it a nice punch of color. We actually use that when we decorate eggs to like display them, but that's not for like a month from now, but this will be cute out for now. And then for our place setting, I thought I had more of those, but I did not. So I found these sprigs in my bin, my spring bin, so I just alternated with those. But I think it came out really cute and springy and just really fresh. Okay, the last place I want to tackle is our mantle for today. and we're just gonna add a couple of cute little touches there. My secret weapon that I always tell you guys, for every season, holiday, I always change the background screensaver just to reflect the season that we're in. So I picked a spring cottage look. It's just on YouTube, it's free. I don't have like one of those frame TV things. I just have a regular TV, and you can do it on those as well. And a lot of them, if you put in spring artwork, you can put in framed, it'll come with a cute little frame, so it'll look like you got a little framed TV. But let's do that. I did put out this little cozy pillow that we've had forever. It's so soft and cute. It's like the little bunny's butt. But let's get the mantle decorated, and then I will be done for today. So this mantle we have from, I got it from Walmart, and it's just like, it looks like a beaded garland, but it's carrots. They have little bows on this side, but I like the plain side. But if you love a bow, you can do that side as well. For our mantle is from the 1800s, this part, and my parents got it for us. They went to like an old barn. But it has crevices and divots and all of that stuff. So I don't use anything to hang this up. I just stick it in the divots that are actually on the mantle naturally. So. Hey guys, this is our finished mantle. I did find another little carrot, so I threw that in there, but just kind of whimsical fun. That's how I like to do it. And then with the artwork, let me do it from this side so you guys can get a good look. But guys, that is it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see everybody very soon with a whole new video. Bye.